Hello again! So yesterday we talked about my experience with ibuprofen and how it makes me severely depressed, and a doctor that I had who thought that wasn't a thing. Well, as it turns out, there is tons and tons of emerging research on how, yes, that is a thing, so I feel like super vindicated. But what I wanted to share with you today was a little bit about how that works. And so I don't know if you've heard of the term brain-gut connection, but your brain has the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems that communicate to the gut. So when you're feeling anxious about something, you'll feel like a tightening in your stomach, right? Or when a situation is resolved and you've it's not an emergency anymore, and then there's that release and that calming feeling that you have. So the tightening is from the sympathetic nervous system, and that release and the calming is from the parasympathetic nervous system. And I will do another video about that later because it's super important to understand that parasympathetic nervous system and how we can harness that to make our lives longer. It's a really fun growing body of evidence in and of itself, but that's another video for another day. Today I'm talking to you about that brain-gut connection. So we've got the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems communicating to our gut, but did you know that your gut has its own nervous system called the enteric nervous system, and that there are 100 million nerve cells in and around your GI tract that communicate back to your brain. So they let the brain know when something's going wrong, like, we need more blood supply, things like that, right? Well, that brain-gut connection with those nervous systems is super strong. So much so that maybe you know somebody who, when they get really anxious, they throw up, or the stomach gets so tight that they have these severe cramps and they can't move, right? Well, it works the other way too. When there's something wonky going on in your gut, that affects your brain because that connection, again, is so strong. Well, what does this have to do with ibuprofen? Have you heard of the term leaky gut? That is when there are holes and cracks in your intestinal lining and things are getting through that we don't want to, like partially digested food and bacteria and toxins, that kind of stuff. It's getting through out of the digestive system into your bloodstream, and that's causing all kinds of problems, the chronic illnesses as well as the mental disorders, because again, wonky gut communicates back up to the brain, and then we have wonky brain, right? That's my scientific term, wonky brain. Anyway, so my point is, if you are somebody who is living on ibuprofen all the time and you're also experiencing brain fog, depression, anxiety, please go see your doctor and find out if maybe there's something going on in your gut. Maybe you've got that leaky gut going on, just problems going on in there that need to be addressed. And also, let's think about maybe other ways that we can manage pain. And that I'm going to talk to you more about tomorrow, because this is already long enough, and that's a whole other video. It's kind of going to depend on the type of pain that we have and where it is and that sort of thing. So I'm going to bring you that video tomorrow, and until then, be well.